Russia had a secret, a facility so well protected, so deep inside their own territory, that they genuinely believed Ukraine could never touch it. Triple air defense layers, elite guards, the best radar systems money could buy. And for 2 years, they were right. Until one night, they weren't. This is the story of how Ukraine reached into the heart of Russia and hit something Russia said was impossible to hit. It's 2 a.m. Inside a small building 200 kilometers from the front line. A Ukrainian team is moving quietly in the dark. No loud engines, no big explosions, no army marching forward, just 6 people, 3 laptops, and a decision that took 3 weeks to plan. The target tonight is a Russian military logistics hub, deep inside Russian-controlled territory. The kind of place that keeps Russian tanks fueled, Russian soldiers fed, and Russian missiles loaded. Russia had moved it far from the front line on purpose. They can't reach us here, the Russian commanders thought. We're safe. What they didn't know was that Ukraine had been watching that exact facility for 21 days straight, counting trucks, logging shift changes, mapping every single entry point. And tonight, the watching was over. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the first drone lifts off, then another, then another. 12 drones total, flying low just 80 meters above the ground, below radar, below detection, moving at 180 kilometers per hour through complete darkness. Each one the size of a large suitcase, each one carrying enough explosive to destroy a building. And here's what makes this terrifying for Russia. These aren't expensive military jets that show up on radar 300 kilometers away. These drones cost less than a used car. Ukraine builds hundreds of them every single month. And Russia has no good answer for something this small, flying this low, this quietly. It's like trying to catch mosquitoes with a fishing net. The drones crossed the first Russian checkpoint without a single alarm going off. They crossed the second checkpoint, still nothing. The Ukrainian operators back at base are watching live feeds on their screens, heart rates rising, fingers ready. At 2:41 a.m., a Russian radar operator sees something, not clearly, just a flicker, a ghost signal at the edge of his screen. He radios his commander. "Sir, I'm seeing something. Could be birds, could be interference." The commander looks at the screen. "Ignore it," he says. "Nothing can reach us out here." That decision cost them everything. Because 90 seconds later, the first drone crosses the facility perimeter fence. And then the world lights up. The first explosion hits the fuel storage building. A fireball shoots 150 meters into the sky. The shockwave shatters every window within half a kilometer. Before the guards can even grab their weapons, the second drone hits. Then the third. 3 strikes in 40 seconds, each one hitting a different building. Ammunition storage, vehicle depot, command communications tower. The facility that Russia said was untouchable is now completely on fire. Russian emergency channels go crazy. Commanders are screaming at each other. Nobody knows how many drones are still in the air. Nobody knows if more are coming. And that confusion, that panic, that's exactly what Ukraine planned for. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Because this wasn't just a lucky strike. Ukraine had solved 3 specific problems that had stopped them before. Problem 1, Russian radar. Ukraine flew the drones at treetop level the entire route. Russian radar systems are designed to catch fast-moving jets at high altitude. A slow drone at 80 meters simply disappears in the ground clutter. Invisible. Problem 2, Russian air defense missiles. Modern air defense systems like Panzer need a clean radar lock to fire. No radar lock, no missile. Ukraine exploited exactly this gap. The drones were too small and too low for a clean lock. Problem 3, timing. Ukraine didn't send all 12 drones at once. They came in 3 waves, 4 minutes apart. The first wave triggers the defenses. Defenders fire their missiles. By the time the second wave arrives, those missile launchers are empty and reloading. By the time the third wave arrives, nothing is left to stop them. It's not luck, it's chess, 3 moves ahead, while Russia was still setting up the board. When the sun came up that morning, satellite images showed what was left. 4 major buildings destroyed completely, 2 more heavily damaged. Dozens of military vehicles burned to nothing. The communications tower, gone. Months of Russian logistics work, wiped out in under 4 minutes. And the most important number? Ukrainian casualties, 0. Nobody on Ukraine's side was even close to the target. The operators who launched those drones were sitting 200 kilometers away, drinking coffee, watching it happen on a screen. Russia lost a critical facility. Ukraine lost nothing. That is what modern warfare looks like in 2025. Russia spent years building the idea that their territory was safe, that Ukraine couldn't reach them. That distance was protection. Ukraine just destroyed that idea completely. Because in this war, distance no longer means safety. A drone built for $15,000 can travel 600 kilometers and hit a $400 million facility with pinpoint accuracy. And Russia, for all its air defense systems, for all its radar networks, couldn't stop it. The untouchable facility was touched. The message Ukraine sent tonight wasn't just military, it was psychological. Nowhere is safe, we can reach you, and we will. If you want to understand how Ukraine has been systematically dismantling Russia's war machine one strike at a time, watch the next video, because this was just one night.